All right, let's do this in one take and one take only. It is the end of the month. Rent is due. My life is coming to another chapter. It's almost 90 degrees in my apartment. It's quite hot. Sun is barely rising. The traffic is flowing. All these cars are sounding like trout in a busy river. But I'm really just here present with all the noise, with all the chatter, with all the streams of light beaming on my apartment windows, warming this place up. But I'm coming to this place where, you know, I really don't have much else to try and reach for. Not as if I've been reaching for anything, but I'm really placing all my faith and all my thoughts and everything that I do in my relationship, in my intimacy with God. And that's all I can do at this point, because it doesn't matter how many times I try to manufacture myself and box myself into a one-page document that says I'm such a great person and these are all the things that I can do and this is all the things that I used to do. I can't go and jump on TikTok and start putting the camera in front of my face and trying to make people understand that what I have to say has some relevance or some type of importance. But there's a couple of things that I've learned in this almost 1 year process of not working a conventional 9 to 5, not clocking in to do another man's duty. I've done a few things. And these few things are, I've really grown in a deeper understanding of myself. I would say that the things I say and do have no filter. I will mention that traveling to and fro across the country, across the oceans, and not like documenting these things or capturing these things or, putting them out there to try and seek attention. I've grown to love and appreciate the stillness and silence of things. And I remember the other day I was hosting a dinner and there was a little voice in my head that was like, you should document this. But then there was a even louder voice that was saying, this is so precious to just have this moment to yourself. And so what I'm realizing is that I have accomplished a lot. And although I haven't shown it in terms of recording it or documenting it in a way that others can see, I have seen it. I'm enjoying it. And so One reality is I have finished a book about a deeper understanding of how words formulate, ruminate, marinate, the aromatic presence of the things we say and do. And in my book, there's a lot of things that are encompassed from 2021. I think it might even be, no, it was 2021 because that's when I bought that journal. From 2021 to this moment. And my most recent adventure to Puerto Rico and being there with my uncle and seeing a man who's 86 years old still doing his thing and not letting time slow him down or the confines of social constructs put him in a box. I've come to realize that in this time alone and this time in stillness, I've really been able to listen to what God has for me in my life. And not a lot of people like listening to that. Not a lot of people like hearing that because they want to say, oh, the universe, the stars, this medium, all these dead things are showing them the way. But the way is really when you sit still and listen and quiet your mind and don't consume. That you really get to know who you are. And so the moment I finished putting the last period in my book was the moment that I realized that once this book is printed, the next chapter will unfold. And there's other things that I'm putting together. There's a lot of moments where I've sat and read and listened, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't think I'm supposed to be working for someone else. I don't think I'm supposed to be doing things for other people. And as I sit here in this big ass apartment, that's one thing I've come to the conclusion of, is that this apartment is probably way too big for me. But I don't have a means to leave just yet. And although I want to jump in a van and travel the continental United States and even further north and even further south and document my life from the viewpoint of landscapes and carrying my camera around and letting Tucker run free. That's my dog, by the way. We're not there yet. And it's okay to not be there, because I think the experience of waiting and allowing yourself to be present in the moment, there's a lot of power there. And one thing that I really learned is that the less I'm on my phone, the more I realize how much time there is on this earth. The less time that I'm scrolling and trying to create stories outside the natural rhythm, I see the bigger picture. And this too shall pass. This moment that I'm in will pass. The moments that we all see ourselves through will happen naturally. And so, one thing that I can say is that I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for where I'm at. I'm very thankful for losing my job now 2 months shy of a year. I'm thankful for all the heartbreaks and headaches that I went through. I'm thankful for my bank account approaching zero. I'm thankful for just being able to be here and take in the days and experience life soberly. And I mean, the most powerful experience I recently had was going to the mountains, being in the Southwest and immersing myself in the natural bodies of water that flowed from the mountain, and being there with one of my best friends and being baptized. Honestly, I was baptized and I experienced exactly what I had been seeking the whole time: a release, a full release of my past. And I think everyone right now is seeking something deeper than this fake rock in our hand. They want the real rock. And to be honest, that's the Lord Jesus Christ. And my testimony really is, you have to experience it. And it doesn't happen in the ways that the internet tells you you should be experiencing this. It happens as a result of you unfolding and unearthing the things deep within you that need to hit the surface. It's the soul that comes from the soil that sprouts from the seed that allows a tree to come as a result of it, to bear fruit that need to be pruned one day so that the good fruit can produce the salt and light and the sweetness and joy of everything we have to offer. Because there's only one you, only one version of you. And that version of you should be its most authentic self. So, with this being said, I will say that this version of me has never existed because it's a new version of me, one in which is here to stay.